channel Dentistry to the Point. So in this video we are going to continue with candidiasis, and let me remind you that we have earlier made 2 more videos on candidiasis. The first part was the introduction part, wherein we have discussed about the causative organism, the predisposing factors and the classification. So do check that part first. I'll give link in the description box and also pop an I button. Also in the second part we have carried forward with the classification and dealt with the primary oral candidiasis, namely the acute forms, namely your pseudomembranous and erythematous forms. So also for which the link I'll give in the description box and pop an I button. Now continuing further with the primary oral candidiasis, the classification, acute form is already discussed. Coming to the chronic form, so let's get started. So today we are going to see chronic hyperplastic candidiasis. Now the chronic form has got many, like nodular, also erythematous, pseudomembranous, everything. But this one is the most confusing form and the most important form. And actually this form is, it relates with the phrase that empty vessels make much noise. Because this form has not got that much into it, but this is the most confusing form. You will get to know why. So chronic hyperplastic candidiasis, as the name hyperplastic or hyperplasia, I have told you several times, it means nothing but increase in the number of cells or increase in the reproductive rate of the cells, so that there is enlargement in the organ. Okay. So why it is hyperplastic here? Because this type of candidiasis has got a malignant potential. Because when there is, now this hyperplasia is actually a response to any precancerous stimulus. Hyperplasia is actually a warning only when the rate of the cells, when the reproductive rate of cells start increasing. So that is a response to any precancerous or pre-neoplastic stimulus. So that's why it's hyperplastic, because this type of candidiasis has got a malignant potential or a pre-malignant potential to it. Okay. Also you can correlate these things as, because it is also known as candidal leukoplakia. Now if you haven't watched leukoplakia, please do watch this, so you get a better understanding of this type of candidiasis, for which the link I'll give in the description box and also pop an I button. As in we have discussed leukoplakia, we have mentioned that it is a pre-malignant lesion. Okay, so from there also it is clear. That's why it is hyperplastic leukoplakia, pre-malignant condition. This type of candidiasis has got a pre-malignant potential. Okay. Now also one more thing, that as we have discussed in the earlier video acute form ones, where we have discussed the 2 types, I have mentioned there also that these one-liners, that is also known as, or MCQ type of questions, are very important. Like chronic hyperplastic candidiasis is also known as candidal leukoplakia. In the earlier videos we have discussed in the acute forms that pseudomembranous, which is known as thrush, erythematous, which is known as antibiotic sore mouth. So these are very important MCQ points, so you should remember them. Okay. So this is a leukoplakia type of candidiasis. Why it is a leukoplakia type of candidiasis? Because the lesions present as firm, white, persistent or adherent plaques similar to leukoplakia, which cannot be rubbed off. Now this is a disturbing line. That's why this is a confusing form. So be with me throughout the video to get a better understanding and you do not get confused. So as we have learned in the basics of candidiasis, that it is differentiated from leukoplakia. How? Because leukoplakia jo hai, it cannot be rubbed off. But we have discussed in the several forms of candidiasis that yes, candidiasis can be rubbed off. If you move a piece of gauze, it could be scraped off. But now you see a type of candidiasis which is similar in behavior to leukoplakia and it cannot be rubbed off. So this is that chronic hyperplastic candidiasis, also known as candidal leukoplakia, is a type of candidiasis which is firm, white, persistent and adherent, closely sticking to the mucosa, similar to leukoplakia, which cannot be rubbed off. Now this cannot be rubbed off. I know many questions must be coming in your mind. So how are you going to differentiate everything? So be throughout me through the video. Later in the video you are going to get answers to your questions. The most common sites involved are your cheeks, your lips and tongue. These are the 3 most common sites involved. Rarely it can occur anywhere else also in the oral cavity. Age and sex, so predominantly it occurs in men of the middle age and majority being heavy smokers. So now you see that there is an association of smoking also here. Okay. Lesions may be also either homogeneous or spectral nodular and can persist without any symptoms for years. Now homogeneous, now these two words are very clearly explained in leukoplakia. Okay, so homogeneous means nothing, and either that could be a plain white patch, or speckled nodular means nothing but they have that specks, that red erythematous specks in between, so nodules in between that white patch. So since these are similar in behavior, or the lesion behaves similarly to leukoplakia, so these two forms of leukoplakia, these either forms of the leukoplakia can also be associated in the lesions of chronic hyperplastic candidiasis. Okay. Some cases of the chronic hyperplastic candidiasis are also associated with iron and folate deficiency or defective cell-mediated immunity. Now these are the predisposing factors only, which we have discussed in the part 1 video. So there can also be association with smoking or iron or folate deficiency or either defective cell-mediated immunity. Now the most important point of this topic is, that is differentiation from leukoplakia. Now how you are going to differentiate chronic hyperplastic candidiasis from leukoplakia, because clinical appearance में तो both are almost similar. Now you will not be able to differentiate when you see with your eyes. So firstly is through biopsy. That is, when you scrape that lesion and you take the biopsy, so when you observe chronic hyperplastic candidiasis under a microscope, this biopsy slide of chronic hyperplastic candidiasis, you are going to see fungal hyphae or fungal spores. Okay, so fungal hyphae or fungal spore, that is a mycotic touch, is going to be present in this type of candidiasis. Okay, obviously in leukoplakia such thing is not going to be seen, so this is the first method. Secondly, antifungal therapy or antimycotic therapy, that is lesions of chronic hyperplastic candidiasis resolves while leukoplakia does not regress with antifungal medication. Definitely, because this is a fungal variant, so this is going to regress, or this is going to suppress, or this is going to be cured with antimycotic or antifungal therapy, but not leukoplakia. So these two are the two most important points of differentiation. And actually this is all, that's it. I mean, many researchers have come and they have put many theories in relation with the association of chronic hyperplastic candidiasis with leukoplakia or even epidermal carcinoma and everything. But I don't think that is useful. This is only useful. A short note on alone, this topic is never going to come. It's always candidiasis whole. So this is the main important lead points which we have to remember for chronic hyperplastic candidiasis. Okay, and this is a very short topic. So this is all for chronic hyperplastic candidiasis, the main difference point. I hope you got it, and I hope now you don't have any confusion between this and leukoplakia. So if you understood this video, then please like, share and subscribe to our channel. Also hit the bell icon so that you're notified whenever we upload a new video, and stay tuned because further videos in those topics are coming soon. Thank you so much.